What's going on, people? This is your boy Say One's History. You are watching the Male's Perspective. You guys, you're watching the Male's Perspective. Please make sure that you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you can be updated for all cool new content. I know it was a while. I know it was a wait. You know, I apologize, but I'm sitting here sending messages back and forth to people, trying to get people interested in this stream, because we are definitely going to get into it today, for sure. For real, we're going to get into it. And I want some people a part of this conversation. I really do want men and women a part of this conversation. So if you passport bros are out there, friends or family members, whatever the case may be, females, males, I really want your perspective on this one, because we're going to get deep. We're going to get deep. Now, so without further ado, man, y'all read the title today, man. We're going to talk about an intersection of femininity, an intersection of, what else are we looking for? Trauma, and an intersection of innocence. And when those three things collide on top of with an entitlement, what do you get? Like, what do you really get? And that's what we're going to be talking about today. We're also going to be talking about what men really want. You know, I hear in a lot of these male spaces that men are telling the women what we don't want, which is great, but we're not really going into detail about what we do want. All they hear is what we don't want more than often, or less than often here, or whatever the case may be. But we need to start implementing what we do want. They hear that we're upset about what's going on with the status of women these days in America, but they're not hearing what we would like. And I came across something yesterday, and it was actually on TikTok. Believe it or not, it was on TikTok. And it was this filter, and I'm pretty sure you guys have actually saw it if you're on TikTok. But it's this filter that says, what would I look like in the 60s? And it puts a filter over the face of the woman and gives her a 60s look, a 60s demeanor. And when I looked at the comparison of the picture that they take in 2023, or whenever they took that picture, and then the AI system does its thing on the picture, this is, in my opinion, what men are talking about. This is what we want. We want that innocence, that sweet. Women, you know what? I can go into this right now. But I'm going to let you see first what I'm talking about. I thought this was interesting as hell, you guys, seriously. So tap in with your boy and let me know what you think. I'm going to play these clips, man. I'm going to play this video. We're doing something different today. We going live. We're checking out TikTok. And I want to show you these pictures. And I want you to really, really, truly tell me what you think. The difference in them. And I know I'm going to get copyrighted for the music in the background, but I don't care. It's going to be for the effect. And I want to show you what this looks like. So just check it out. Check it out. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I was born in the 60s.
So let's look at this.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me.
If I was born in the 60s.
Somewhere beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me.
If I was born in...
Let's go to another one.
Somewhere the sea, somewhere waiting for me.
Let's look at another one.
If I was born in the 60s,
You're my heart, you're my soul. I keep it shining.
Let's look at another one.
Somewhere beyond the sea.
Let's look at another one.
Somewhere.
Let's go to another one. This is across all races, you guys. All races, ethnicities, and creeds.
Beyond the sea.
Let's keep going.
Somewhere.
Let's keep going.
If I was born in the 60s,
And this I thought was interesting.
Somewhere beyond the sea. Somewhere.
Okay. This one I thought was interesting because I said women always talk about how men need to do better. And, you know, men weren't all fat back in the 60s, just like women, you know, didn't have a whole bunch of bodies in the 60s. So they're basically saying, oh, because you're not in shape, you know, we don't have to, you know, have as less bodies or whatever the case may be. And there could be some debate for that. But I don't even want to talk about that. What I want to get into is this dude right here that you're seeing. He was the alpha male or the pretty boy back then. This is what they wanted. But your standards have went up tremendously. And what you think you should have. And because of that, you think you're on a higher level than the actual man that you're suited for. And what ends up happening is your sense of, you know, height on the dating market is obscured. It's not real. And but it just goes to show what actually was looked at as, you know, the bad boy or whatever the case back then. You know, it just shows that we have really fallen off. But let's keep going. Let's go through a few more because I want to touch on, you know, some things that I've actually saw that were clearly showing in all of the pictures with the women. But let's keep going.
If I was born in the 60s,
Somewhere.
if I was born in the 60s,
Somewhere.
Let's just go through a few more.
Somewhere beyond.
Just a few more, you guys, and I'm gonna get to the point. Okay, so I'm going to stop right there and I'm going to get to the point, y'all. I want to tell you what I am looking at here. In all of these videos, every last one of them, they started with the woman of today and the woman of the past. And what do you see in every last picture of a woman from today and a woman from the past? Either innocence or trauma. Innocence or trauma. Innocence is either gone or trauma is present. The AI in some cases can't even hide it. Like this one. You can clearly see that there's trauma. You clearly see that there's trauma in the face of this woman. And when I say trauma, you guys, I'm not talking about like trauma of someone beating on you. I'm not talking about trauma of someone verbally abusing you like constantly. I'm just speaking in regards to the traumas of the day-to-day life, the traumas of, allowing yourself to have these many relationships, have these many traumas of dating, of not being good enough in the world, of not being successful, of, exuding your worth on the dating market, whatever it may be. These are the traumas. And what I am seeing here, clear as day, is the difference. But that's also what men are looking for. Because here's the thing. And people are going to get mad at me and they're going to say that this is a slight at women in America. But I'm not slighting the women in America. That's not what I'm doing at all. That's not what this show is about. What I'm doing is I'm identifying what it is that is missing. I'm identifying what it is that men are saying that they want. When men say, when women say, what's the difference between a woman from the Philippines and me? This is it. This is it. Because although they have traumas of the world when it comes to like poverty, extreme poverty or a level of poverty that we haven't experienced in some cases, they also have family and they also have church. And they also stick together and have good friends. And they also have people that they can cry on. They don't have to become so closed up. They don't have to become so tight. They don't have to become so masculine. Because family is there to support. Father is still in the home, more likely. Even with extreme cases of family members passing away, extreme poverty, like living poor, I see some of the most nicest people in these other countries. So fortunate, so happy just to have what Americans would call very little. They're still happy. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. When I say that there's a difference. Now I'm going to turn the music off that was playing in the background. And I just want you to see the before and after. What do you see? I see innocence gone on one side, and I see innocence still there. I see that there may be a little bit of trauma, but I still see innocence is still there. But when I look over to my left, or your left, my right, anyway, I see trauma. Trauma that's been there for so long, they don't even know it's trauma. They don't even know it's trauma. Let's look. Come on. How can you not see trauma? Innocence, it's gone. It's there, and now it's gone. Our innocence was there, and now it's gone. Let's go again. Even him. Well, he still looked the same. So, and guys are on a different spectrum. We are, And I'm going to get into that too. I'm glad I brought that up. But look. Innocence. Still there. That's what I see. Let's look at it again. Yeah. Her innocence was still there. I see trauma, but not as much. I just see more innocence here. Let's go to this one. What is this? What do I see here? She's hiding it good. I don't know. I don't know. But in the majority of these, look. Trauma. Innocence as well, but trauma definitely. Look. What do you see here? Innocence. Gone. Trauma. It's so easy to call these out when you look at them for what they are. You know? And when you start to look at women overseas genuinely happy with less, they are more willing to love you, more willing to be able to deal with a little bit more suited, dare I say, for marriage. For marriage. What I really think is the trauma from the society that we live in and the way we have been programmed to live, particularly the women, to be a man, to, you know, have your own job, to be this boss babe, to do this, to live like a man. You can go ahead and have kids all the way up, you know, until you're like 40, 30, 40 years old. It's no problem. Do whatever you want to do. And my generation, particularly the millennials, are just now facing this. They are just now coming to that period between when they're like 35 like could be lower than that. And then somewhere in like 41 or 42 years old. My generation is coming into the realization of, oh shit, I'm not young anymore. Oh my God, I'm starting to have more health issues. Oh my God, my kids are out the house. Oh my God, one of my parents just passed away. My best friend from high school is gone. Family member moved to another country. Family separated. Am I going to move to a different state? Why am I even here? My generation is asking those questions right now. And if we were together, if we were more together as a community, if we did not teach this rhetoric to women that they can live like men, if we did not bastardize being a man, because the lessons that a man gives, even though they are harsh, they are necessary. And when you take away necessary stuff, that you don't think is necessary, the issues that it causes will slowly creep up on you. And this was a slow burn. This was a slow burn. I'm talking about all the way from the 50s and 60s slow burn. When you slowly chip away at the fact that we're taking innocence, we're taking, oh, you can work a little bit more, or we're adding, you can work a little bit more. Oh, we're taking women don't necessarily need to be in the homes anymore. Oh, we're going to go ahead and say that the child's rights when it comes to school is slowly coming out of the parents' hands. We're going to say, oh, the man is not the man of his house anymore because the government wants to be involved in every household, even though the man should be technically leading. That way we can actually have a society that thinks for itself, instead of having all these laws in place that make it impossible for you to be a man these days. And granted, there are some people out there that are going to take advantage. And that's what we are here for. And that's what the laws are supposed to be for. Those people that try to take advantage, and prosecute them to the highest level. But you can't give up on people. We see what the outcome is of that. When you put power into the government's hands, extreme, excessive power, this is what happens. We are losing our society. Can you clearly look at this? And I'm not talking about her beauty's not there. I'm not saying anything like that. But you clearly see there's trauma. I walk around with trauma. More women are walking around with trauma. But here's the thing. Men are built for trauma a little bit more better. We do a little bit more better in extreme situations. Women are built differently. And because we have this mutated society and this mutated way of living and the mutated way of these women and how they have grown up, they are no longer suitable. They are no longer suitable for getting a man's 100% of him paying the bills. I know people are going to get mad at me for saying that, but listen to what I'm saying. You are not suitable to get 100% of a man's financial security. You are not suitable enough to get a man's full leadership. You are not suitable enough to get a man's security. Bottom line. And the reason behind that is because the things that you would give to a man when you had your innocence and you didn't have your trauma allowed you to pour into your man. And because of the trauma and because of the innocence that has gone away, you have blocked your blessing. You have literally blocked your blessing from coming to you. Because if your innocence was there and your trauma was not there, your wall would not be up. You would be allowed. You would just allow yourself to give. And in that, the return will be given to the woman. He will say, this woman really cares about me. Oh my God, she really loves me. He will say, you know what? This is the one. Let me go ahead and take all these numbers out of my phone. Let me go ahead and tell this woman, hey man, I got a good one on my side. I'm not messing around no more. We could be friends or whatever. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hurt you, but we can't talk. That energy from a woman will make a man go, I'm going to fly 8,000 miles and tell you I want to marry you. That's what that kind of energy will do. It will make a man rise. Figuratively and literally. It will make a man rise up to the occasion. This is the essence of a woman that American society has lost. And because we have lost the essence of a women have lost their superpower, which is the ability to pour into a man. And when a man is poured into, what happens? What happens? When a man is poured into, he goes out and conquers the world. He innovates. He builds things. He loves. He fights passionately for his family, his neighborhood, his community, his society, his country. Society was set up for a specific way. And it was designed to stay that way. Because it worked. Because it worked. And now we have screwed with it. And we have allowed this feminist movement to come into the fold. We have allowed these different communities to come into our communities. And I'm not knocking no one. I have to say that. I'm not knocking anyone. Do what you do. But there is a reason. And I hate to be all biblical and stuff today and talk about the Bible, but there is a reason that in the Bible they talk about the different tribes, and I think it was the different tribes of God or Gabriel. I can't remember, but why the tribes didn't mix. I remember when I first read that when I was in my Bible and I was listening, I was like, why the heck would God not want the different people to mix? To me at the time, that sounded racist as hell, because I was just thinking in the sense of he didn't want like different ethnicities to mix. I was thinking on that level. But when I got older and I started to think about it, I said, no, he wasn't talking about races and creeds and colors and whatnot. He was talking about the perspective. He was talking about the essence of the people. If you have a group of people on one side that is, let's go ahead and say aggressive, angry, their innocence is gone, a lot of trauma. Do you really want those people to mix with humble, graceful, loyal, able to endure? This is why some people back like the Scottish nobles or whatever, they would really look and say, I don't want my daughter to be kin with your family, even though they like each other, because I don't like the ways of your family. This is how they got down. This is how they really thought. And a lot of people thought, damn, that's a mean way. They must be racist or, this. No, it was because you needed to get your house in order. And because your house is not in order, I cannot with you. I cannot with you. You know what I want to say? I cannot with you. So, I know I went off on a rant, man, but look, I want to give you another example. I'm going to check this out. I'm going to see if I can bring this up. And look, I was going to make this into, I was going to go ahead and just make this an edited video. But I got off the phone with my fiance, and I was so passionate about what we were talking about. I'm sorry, burping a little bit. I said, you know what? I can't even pre-record this. I have to go live because I really wanted to stop going live today. But this was a live video. This was something that needed to come out in its rawest and purest form. And I want to go ahead and line up something else for you before I let you go, because I got some other work I got to get done here. But I wanted to see if I can do this a little bit. And there we go. See if we can line that up first. Because like I said, I was just trying to get this up as much as possible, or get this done quick. So let's go there. There we go. We'll go there. Okay. So let's save. And it's almost done saving. And let me see if I can do this. I can do that. Okay, perfect. All right. So let me go ahead and turn this on. All right. I want you guys to watch this and see if this isn't in line on what I was talking about. Let's just listen. Oh, hold on. I know what's going on. You guys. Hang on. I'll go back on this. I'll start it from there. Hang on. I know what I did. I got too much stuff going on. That's what it is. All right. Again, check this out and let me know if you can pinpoint if this woman is displaying anything that I said was either missing, like innocence, or if there is trauma in her spirit. Let's just go ahead and view it. And you guys let me know what you think.
Got me feeling like I'm a man. It's the gatekeeping sausage for me. This one dude, my age, right? I'm calling him up. Hey, you want to come through? He talking about some, we gonna snuggle, we ain't gonna smash. That's my line. Are you gay? I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. But if you're gay, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Because why are you still in my line? I don't want to snuggle with you. I want you to break my back in. And I want you to go home. Don't let the door hit you where the good Lord split you. I be feeling like I got to take him to dinner first. open up their car door, have meaningful conversations before I get what I actually want. Why do I feel like the man in 2023? I feel like I'm role playing
In 550 feet.
Okay, for that last part, I apologize. But she is the man. She is the man. The society has turned women into some kind of mutated thing between a man and a woman. That's what it's done. Not, well, in some cases, physically and emotionally. In some cases. This is why we have transgender societies and stuff now. But society has turned the majority of women into a man emotionally. Where do we go from here? Trauma is real, you guys. Trauma is real. There's a reason. And I was in the military, and I always wondered why. Well, I knew why they had chaplains, but you know, even when you would come back from a deployment, it would be mandatory for you to go ahead and talk to a chaplain, or it would be mandatory for you to have a psychiatrist. And no one in there really took it seriously. It was no big deal. We left it alone. We didn't talk about it. It was just whatever. And now I understand, especially for women, like, therapy is needed and it needs to be taken seriously. And I think there needs to be a higher form of therapy. Something that can really trigger emotions so that people can get those energies out of them. You know, a lot of people talk about, laugh at the different old school techniques people used to have, and how the Native Americans, they used to smoke pipes and stuff like that. They say they would get spirits out of them, but man, they might have been on to something. Because quiet is kept right now, they actually have a therapy or some kind of what is it called? It's a therapy, but it's with some kind of controlled substance. I think it's either marijuana or some kind of form of PCP, not PCP, but some other kind of drug. And look, I'm not condoning like those kind of drugs. I don't, nothing like that. I might have a edible or something every once or here and there or something. But, all that other stuff I don't know about. But look, I can't deny that from what I've researched, that stuff is working. It's working. And let me actually, I'm going to see if I can find this for you guys. I'm going to see if I can find this, really. Because I want you guys to know that I'm not bullshitting you. That's what I want you to know. And that I'm not just, pulling this stuff out my ass here. So let me look this up. Let's go. Okay, so I found something, but it's not what I'm looking for. So let me look a little bit more and see if I can pinpoint this down. Let's actually see if I can find this video. This might be one of them. Okay, so let me do this. You guys. Gonna just switch this up. Gonna go right here. See, I wasn't even gonna get into this, but like I said, I was thinking about so much. It was just so much. I wanted to go ahead and really talk about this. So if we gonna get into it, man, we gonna get into it for real. So let me move that and let's do this again. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Now let's make that a little bit bigger. I know you're probably sitting there and wondering like what the heck I'm talking about, but you'll see. Okay, so it says psychedelics may be a part of the U.S. medicine sooner than you think. Let's read this. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. And you know what? I'm gonna get, hold on. I know what I did. I messed up. My bad, you guys. There we go. Let me stop messing up stuff. Stop messing up stuff, Thomas. Come on, man. Okay. So it says, let me see. It came as a surprise to many. On February 3rd, Australian regulators announced that medicine containing the psychedelic substance of MDMA and psilocybin, I hope I'm saying that right, can sooner be used there to treat post-traumatic stress disorder, PTSD, and treatment-resistant depression, respectively. Hold on, let me read that again. It says, can be used there to treat post-traumatic stress disorder and treatment-resistant depression, respectively. That decision makes Australia the first country in the world to formally recognize the therapeutic use of psychedelics. The therapeutic use of psychedelics, meaning that they are going to start incorporating that in therapy sessions. Let's go back. Let's look at some more. So it's not going to play the sound. So no, we're just going to have to go away from it. But I'll go back to some other stuff I wanted to show you guys here. Just really quick. And let me move this over. Hate that keeps popping up. The psychedelic drug MDM, also known as ecstasy or Molly, has passed another key hurdle on its way to regulatory approval as a treatment for mental illness. A second large clinical trial has found that the drug is in a combination with psychotherapy. This is what I'm talking about. And the combination with psychotherapy is effective at treating post-traumatic stress disorder. Post-traumatic stress disorder. What we have been seeing. what we have been seeing. The traumas that you don't know are traumas. You have to get over that. Or you can't be a productive part of society. You're holding on to post-traumatic stress. Get the fuck out of here. Why do you think men are flying? Because you guys are still beautiful. But there's something else missing. What they used to say, it's not about your booty. It's about the glow within you. And I'm going to let this go because I can go on forever. But I'm going to say this one thing. I was talking to my fiance today. And I said to her, shit, now I'm forgetting. What were we talking about? God damn it, I just lost train of thought. God damn it, I forgot. But anyway, we were talking. I'm trying to remember this. God damn it, what? Just sat here and freaking forgot what it was important to. We were talking about women in, dealing with their trauma. And we were talking about the effects that it would have over society as well too. And with all of this, we're just screwed, you guys. I don't know. Maybe it'll come to me later on, but I wanted to get this out to you. I wanted to have this conversation with you guys explicitly, because this is what I've noticed. This is what I've seen. This is what's happening. And because of that, because that this is happening as much as it is, and guys don't know what to do about it, or at least didn't know what they were doing about it. This is what they're doing now. This is what they're doing about it. They're doing this, you guys. That's what's going on. This is why men are leaving. It's not because you've lost your beauty. You women are so beautiful here in America and here in this Western world. But you have lost the art of class. You have lost your vulnerability. You have gained trauma, and you have lost your innocence in a way that is different from other countries. In a way that is really not suitable for a relationship like marriage. I don't want to do this. You are relegated to a very few stations in your life when it comes to a relationship with a man. I would advise, this is my humble opinion. I say this with nothing but love. Truly, I say this with nothing but love. I'm not having malice. I'm not being funny or crude. I think it's time to go get therapy. I really do. I think it's time for us to really look into what this mutated form of society that we have in the Western world has done to a community. Yeah. Yep. I think that's what we should look into. And you know what? I think that's probably where I'm going to leave it at. Everyone, I would like to say I appreciate you and have a good night.